Hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar and thank you so much for joining and I really appreciate your interest. So today's webinar's topic is regarding the boost your business. Here we are focusing on three topics. One is optimizing hotelier's bookings process, optimizing the e-commerce conversion rates and SEO optimization. So let me start the rest. So at the end, you can ask the questions if you have any. Before diving into the rest of the slides, I would like to give you an introduction about ourselves. We Testers is a software quality assurance provider based in Sri Lanka. To basically, our main objective is to ensure that the software is a flawless one and armed with the competitive features to stand in this competitive market. And to do that, we do different kind of testing from manual to automation. Basically, that's a quick overview about who we are. And let's get started with booking optimization. And here we will discuss what are the strategies you can use to optimize your booking process. Basically, digital strategies. Digital strategies you can use to optimize your booking process, and what are the benefits you can gain through those strategies. Before diving into the strategies, I would like to point out real-time business examples that have used these strategies that we are going to discuss, and this is how they have gained the benefits. Marriott International is the first example, and basically they did a good comprehensive data analysis to identify the users' patterns and trends, and based on that, they implemented personalized pricing strategies and tailored recommendations based on the user behavior data. So basically, that comprehensive user behavior data was the technique they have used to identify what are the issues they have and what are the things they need to be improved. And based on that, they did the optimization. And as you know, they could increase their direct bookings and by personalizing the booking experience. The second one is booking.com. Booking.com is the other example who did the comprehensive data analysis for customers' behavior and identified what are the issues they have. So based on that analysis, they have identified that there are some sort of issues in their booking button. So it will imply a simple thing, but that's how they gain the benefits. Even though it is a small change, even though it looks like a small issue, that was the issue they had. So basically, based on that analysis, they did certain variations to the color, size, and placement for their booking button. Uh, to do that analysis, A/B testing was the technique they have used. Basically, if I give you more clarity about this A/B testing, so based on the content changes you are doing to the website, you should identify how the users are interacting with it. As an example, if you change the color booking button's color to a red to green, and now its color is green. Now based on the A/B testing, you should identify now how your users are interacting with that change. So it is really important because this hotel websites and e-commerce websites regularly go with the updates based on the offers they have and the pricing changes and promotions they have. Therefore, it is really good to identify the customers or visitors' behavior based on the changes you are doing to the website. So that's how they got the advantages out of A/B testing, and they did the variations to the booking button and did the optimization. Along with that, they added another thing like urgency indicators, like rooms availability, and identified that as an example, they mentioned that these are the number of rooms are available and these are the number of rooms left now. And based on that, they identified how the users interaction and what kind of current viewers they have. Based on that, they did the ongoing optimization. And this A/B testing is an ongoing optimization. It's a continuous process. And based on that optimization, they also could get the higher conversion rates by boosting the business. So, and the other thing is, so it was a smart analysis, I guess. So they addressed the exact issue and did the optimization. It's a really good example. Then the other one is the Hyatt Hotels, and Hyatt Hotels technique was to integrate the social media profiles. So based on that, they could access the higher visitor base and increase their revenue. Basically, as you know, if your website has more traffic, there is a higher chance to increase the conversion rates. So that's what the Hyatt did. So if we move to the first strategies, these are the strategies that we would like to introduce for booking optimization. These are the strategies that would like to introduce you for booking optimization. First one is the comprehensive data analysis, performance testing, UI UX testing, compatibility testing, and social media integration and its optimization. Regarding the comprehensive data analysis, so these are the things that you should consider about. First one is user behavior data, conversion data, customer feedback, technical logs, and A/B testing results. Normally, you may know about customer feedback, right? But regarding the other things, those are related to the visitors' feedback. Sometimes you won't get a genuine customer feedback. But regarding the other areas, those are related to the visitors' feedback. So by analyzing these data, you will identify what is the genuine visitors' behavior throughout your website, and it will be really helpful for you to identify the issues and do the necessary optimizations. Here for user behavior data, you can use tools like Microsoft Clarity and Google Analytics. It provides you to get the data via heat maps, session recordings, and funnel analysis. Basically, heat maps shows how your visitors are interacting with the web pages. As an example, if we divide the particular web page into three areas as top, body, and bottom, it will show a percentage saying this much of users have interacted with the top of the page and this much of users have interacted with the bottom of the page and so on. So basically, after identifying that percentage, you can consider how do you place the important information and CTA buttons, control to action buttons. As an example, if you have less interactions for footer area, then you should not put your important information and CTA buttons in the footer area. So that kind of decisions you can make via that heat maps analysis. And the session recordings is the other key important things, and it records everything of the user behavior, visitors behavior. And so it will show how did your user navigated through the booking process, what are the issues they have faced, and what are the had they faced any confused navigations, in which stages they have drop off from the booking process, and were there any dead clicks, rage clicks. So all the things can be identified via this session recordings. However, this doesn't capture any personal data, and this Microsoft Clarity is comply with the global data protection regulations. Therefore, even though all the clicks and navigations are associated with these session recordings, it doesn't capture the personal information data. Therefore, you don't want to worry about data protection next. So this session recordings is really important. Apart from that, this funnel analysis shows what are the difficulties your visitors have faced. So it is also really important for you to identify whether you have confused navigations, complex navigations, complex steps, and so on. So as I mentioned earlier, A/B testing results with the other analysis based on the changes you are going to do for the web page. You can identify how your visitors are interacting with it. Technical logs shows what are the system failures and issues you have. So everything will be important for you if you did the comprehensive data analysis. Basically, if you are looking for a further optimization, first you need to identify your visitor, their patterns and trends. Then I think this strategy will be a very good optimization strategy for you. And these are the AI specific tools that will support you to analyze this data and give you recommendations for the optimizations. IBM Watson or data robots are the AI tools that you can use for the further analysis. Via the Microsoft Clarity and Google Analytics, you can collect the data, and the analysis part for recommendations and optimizations can be done via this IBM Watson. So as the metrics, these are the some of the metrics you can generate: bounce rate, drop-off rates at each stage of the booking process, conversion rates, and so on. Bounce rate is a really important thing. So as an example, if the particular visitor comes to a landing page and left it without further navigation, it shows a bounce rate, then you know your landing page is not well designed and some sort of issues will be there. So based on that, and so bounce rate is also a good metrics for you to identify those issues. The other one is the performance testing. Performance testing is a really important thing for your website because you may have done all the other optimizations based on the analyzed user data. You may improve the UI, user experience, and you may ensure there are no broken links and everything. But what would happen if there are any slowness? What if there is a slowness throughout the navigations, across the navigations? And what if your system cannot handle the multiple simultaneous users when they were making any payment, making any, then when they were working on the booking process, when they were working on the checkout process? So what will happen if there's no sufficient capability to handle that user load? Then you should then you should do this performance testing to identify that how about your response time across the navigation, and and what are the how many users can be handled your website simultaneously, especially during a peak time. So that's why performance testing is important. And so let's say what if happened if there's a system downtime or system crash when some of users are in the middle of the payment, in the middle of the booking completion. So let's say if they are in the middle of a payment completion, so sometimes if they cannot complete the payment, and if that amount is deducted, then it will be a really loss for them and plus to use, because if they come up with an complaint, you won't be able to track that issue. So there will be that kind of issues if you didn't handle the performance of your website. That's why this strategy is really important. And Google Analytics and Microsoft Clarity is supporting certain statistics to identify the response time across the navigations, but there's no way to identify the how many users can be handled simultaneously and simultaneously. So that's why you should go with these tools to do this performance testing. The other one is UI UX testing. So basically, UI UX testing is also an important thing because you should verify whether your users have whether the system has good user interfaces or not, and you provide the user friendly interfaces for them to do a smooth booking smooth booking process or not. So that's why these UI UX optimizations are really important. And if you did with that comprehensive data analysis, then you can identify in which aspects of UI UX you should work on, and you don't want to go through the everything of UI UX things. But if you, let's say, if you didn't do that comprehensive data analysis, then you have to work on key areas of the website. So these are the key areas that you should think about. And apart from these things, is accessibility is also really important. So it should be comply with the web content accessibility guidelines. Basically, if there is a disabled users, then how do your system supports them will be handled by this WCAG guidelines. So recently I have seen a site that allows the user to select the font size. So once they have selected the font size, the entire website font sizes converted into it. So it is a really good one to provide the good accessibility to the disabled users. And ISO 9241 is the other standard that you should comply with, because it says what kind of human and computer interaction should be there. So these are the some of the standard you should think about when working with UI UX testing. And if you did that comprehensive testing, you can identify what are the specific points that you need to focus on rather than going on this entire area. The other one is compatibility testing. Compatibility testing is also really important because most of the visitors come from different devices, and there will be less desktop visitors. Therefore, you should verify that your website is working fine, looking fine across the all devices, browsers, and operating system. So it is this one also related, and so this one also handles smart if you have done that comprehensive data analysis. So via the data analysis, you can identify from which device most of the visitors are coming from. Based on that identification, you can give more weight to that devices and ensure the compatibility and do the relevant optimizations. And for that you can use tools like browser stack. So this is a really important one because there are high mobile usage. Therefore, you should verify that everything is working fine and looking fine across all the devices. Based on our experience, we have seen that even though the particular user interface will be look fine in the iOS device, but it is not same with the Lenovo device. So that's why you should ensure this and consider it as a high priority strategy. The other one is the social media optimizations and integrations. If you can remember, Hyatt is the one who integrated the social media profiles with their website. So basically, via this integration, you can access the different sources. And sometimes the person who looks at your Facebook or Instagram advertisement won't be able to afford for your offer. But if the advertisement is linked to a website that allows your visitor to go through the website and explore more offer, sometimes there will be a chance for them to go for another offer that can be affordable for you. So that is the benefits you can gain via that social media integration. So this strategy also a really good one. And so let's say there may be certain instances where let's say you don't have a separate website, then you are totally dependent on the social media profiles. At that time, you won't be able to do that much of comprehensive data analysis using heat maps and session recordings, but you have to work on the reports given by the social media provider. As an example, these insight reports given by Facebook and Instagram. So based on these reports, you can identify how about the visitors' engagement, click-through rates, and conversions. Based on that, what you can do is, if you don't have a website and if you are really depend on the social media, then you can you can optimize your content. That is the optimization you can do if you are merely dependent on the social media. And as the output, so these are the outputs you can gain. So basically, you can have an overall picture about user behavior, UI UX status, performance, and status in various devices. Apart from that, that identification is the actual user behavior will be it is a really good point for you, because otherwise there is no way for you to identify how your visitors or users are using your website, right? So it is a really good opportunity for you to identify their behavior. And apart from that, you will identify what are the weak points you have. If you identify your weak points and issues only, you will do the necessary improvements. Otherwise, assumptions-based improvements don't work. So, and the other important thing is, if you use the AI-driven AI tools, then you can get the recommendations for the optimizations via that AI-driven recommendations can be taken. So these are the benefits. So if you have more direct bookings, then it increase the revenue, and if you have optimized booking process, then you don't want to depend on the third party booking platforms. So via this, so your UX and compatibility testing, it will enhance the customer experience, and it increases the customer satisfaction, and you will have loyal customers. And data-driven decisions is the other important thing, because you won't get any assumptions-based data. You have real and strong facts when you are making decisions. So these are the benefits. And so the second topic is about e-commerce conversion rate optimization. And before moving to rest of the strategies here, also I would like to point out some real-time examples who have used these optimization strategies and gained the desired benefits. Walmart is the first example, and regarding the Walmart, they have analyzed that even though they have higher number of mobile users, the conversion rates are very low compared to the desktop visitors. At that time, when they were deeping into that analysis, they have identified that they need to optimize their mobile experience. So based on that analysis, they speed up the load time, speed up the response times in the mobile devices. Then they redesigned the layouts, and they simplified the navigation process, simplified the checkout process. So based on those changes, Walmart could gain more conversions from the mobile users. And the Etsy is the other thing. Etsy's issue was something else. They have identified that they have certain issues in their search functionality. So basically, if the visitor cannot get the desired products via the search functionality, then they will drop off from that stage. So Etsy has that issue, and they lost their sales because of the issues in the search functionality. So for that also, both these businesses did the comprehensive data analysis to identify these issues. And for regarding the Etsy, they enhance their search algorithms, and they enhance their search features by adding more filters as the optimizations. So as the benefits, they could gain the high user engagement and increase the conversion rates accordingly via the optimized search feature. And regarding the HubSpot analyzed that even though HubSpot issue was something else, so when they were analyzing the heat maps, they have identified that the key information and CTAs are not haven't get the attention of the visitors. So as I explained earlier, they haven't put their important information and CTAs in the page segments that have more visitor attention. So once they have identified that, they have moved everything to the page segments that have more visitors engagement. So that was the optimization they did, and based on that change, that they could increase the visitors engagement for the relevant page segments, and they let them to complete the desired actions. So let's say if the particular visitor is not going through the control to action buttons, or important information, they won't complete the checkout process. So via that implementation, they let the visitors to complete the desired actions, means they let the visitors to complete the checkout process. So these are the key strategies. Don't worry, I'm not going through the last 4 strategies. Here also it is same for e-commerce as well. So basically, comprehensive data analysis on the key pages is the strategy that I would like to highlight here. So regarding this comprehensive data analysis, these are the key pages that you should consider. So user behavior needs to be focused on user behavior, A/B testing, and technical logs need to be analyzed in these key pages. So normally these are the key pages that e-commerce website has, but it depend on the specific client's requirement. So based on the here also you can do the data analysis using Microsoft Clarity or Google Analytics, and you can go through the session recordings, heat maps, and funnel analysis to identify the user's behavior, and you can identify how they have gone through the checkout process, what are the difficulties they have faced, and in which point they have dropped off from the checkout process. Will they able to search required products? Will they able to identify the filters available? Otherwise, there will be filters, and if the users cannot identify there is a filter, then there is no point in that filter. So everything can be identified via this comprehensive data analysis throughout these pages. So other thing is these strategies more focused into the conversion rates. So based on your business, there will be multiple conversion rates. Normally the conversion rate is completion of a checkout process, but based on your business, new customer sign up would be a conversion rate, and adding items to the wish list would be a conversion rate. It depends on your business. Basically, once there is a registered user and once they have added the certain items to the wish list, then later on you can follow up and say, hey, you have certain items on your cart, complete the checkout process. That kind of encouragement you can do from your end, then it will be a conversion rate for you in the future. Here also you should do performance testing, UI UX compatibility testing for e-commerce websites as well. And social media integration also really important. Then you can access the different visitors bases. And so I forgot to mention one point, and these hoteliers and e-commerce heavily use the search functionality. So based on the certain conditions, they allow users to add multiple filters. So when there is such when the particular search functionality goes with multiple filters and conditions, then in the back end it generates more search queries. So we have certain experience, like when there was a performance issue, we have identified that one root cause is that not handled search queries. So it will be effect for these platforms as well. Therefore, there is a high chance for hoteliers and e-commerce websites to also have performance issues due to this multiple search. So that's why this is important. Sometimes it will be work for 1 or 2 users, but what will happen if there are multiple users? That's why this strategy is really important. So as the outputs and benefits, here also you can have an overall picture about your visitors' behavior, and you will identify what are the weak points of the entire flow from product search to the checkout process. And here you can you have many conversion rate related metrics apart from the drop off rates. And here also, if you can get the support of AI tools or recommendations for the optimizations, you have that advantage as well. So as the benefits, finally, it will increase the conversion rates. That's what you want. And it will simplify the checkout process, and your website will be in a competitive edge as it is optimized with UI, UX, and functions across the devices. Here also data-driven decisions is the other key important thing. You are not based on the assumptions when making decisions. So basically, these are the outputs and benefits you can gain via these strategies. Other thing is regarding the SEO optimization. SEO optimization is a mutual topic for both platforms. Actually, it is a mandatory requirement for all the websites. So these are the real-time businesses who have done these optimizations to gain gain the desired benefits. And HubSpot tested their blog post and identified certain keywords, internal links, and meta descriptions need to be optimized. So that was the identification they did, and based on that optimization, they could boost the organic traffic and improve the search engine rankings for their content. And most improve their title tags, meta descriptions, and header tags, and ensure that content is up to date and comprehensive, up to date one that align with the visitors' intentions. So they also keep the higher rankings for competitive keywords, and they also gain the more organic traffic. The New York Times is the other one who managed their articles with clear structure, relevant keywords, and engaging headlines. And apart from that, they use backlinks from various sources, and it enhances their credibility, and they could gain more visitors from the other websites. So these are the changes they did for SEO optimizations, and based on that, these businesses could gain the expected benefits by increasing the organic traffic and increase the search engine visibility. So these are the certain strategies you can do on page, off page, technical and content SEO. So these are the areas you need to be optimized: title tags and meta descriptions. Basically, title tags and meta descriptions communicate that these are your content is about this topic, and that's what title tags convey to the search engine, and meta descriptions communicate to the visitor that your content and your topic is about tourism, your topic is about online store. That's what they do. And heading tags means, you should when you have a content, it should be a structured one. When you work on essay also, you should go with certain segments like headings, subheadings, body, and conclusion. So the same thing is applicable here as well. If you have heading tags on your content, then it will be structured, then it will increase the user's readability. Finally, it will give them a better user experience. And URL structure and content quality is the other thing. Regarding URL structure and content quality, there are certain standards, and this URL structure should be a shortened and simplified one, and you can mention the keywords in the URL. And apart from that, the when you are separating the words, then there should be hyphens among them. So that kind of standards are there. So internal linking increases the user engagement for your content, and it will increase the visitors duration time. And backlink will get the visitors or traffic from the other websites. Social signals means that once you are integrated your social media platforms to your website, and once you share your content in social media, then when you get in likes, shares, and comments, then those will be social signals. And crawlability and indexing is the other key important thing, and via this optimization, you will let the search engine to store your content in their databases. And the keyword optimization is other important thing based on your visitors' requirements, you should identify what are the keywords. Basically, you should identify your visitor and think about what makes them to search for your products and services. So basically, yeah, so if you have a content for seasonal offers, then the keyword should be optimized accordingly. So basically, that is the idea. And content should be up to date and basically, so there should not be any outdated content and everything, pricing things and everything should be up to date. And as the metrics, these are the certain metrics you can generate: organic traffic, keyword rankings, bounce rate, click-through rates, average session duration, and everything can be measured once you have optimized this SEO. So if you would like to go with the optimization recommendation, these are the AI tools you can use, but all these tools are paid tools, so it depends on your choice. So as the outputs and benefits, effective usage of keywords, title, header tags, and everything increase the search engine visibility. Finally, it will bring more traffic to your website. So as the benefits, there will be higher conversion rates. As you know, if there are lots of visitors to your website, if there are lots of visitors, then there is a higher probability to have higher conversion rates, and it's a it will give long-term growth. And finally, when your content is available in the search engines, it will establish your brand, enhance your search engine ranking. So basically, these are the outputs and benefits of SEO optimization. So basically, that's the end. And so if you have any questions, you can ask. And I believe the discuss points are helpful for you to optimize your business. And I encourage you to apply these strategies and see how these techniques are affecting to your business. And these two domains are heavily dependent on the online visitors. That's why you should get more visitors and provide a smooth booking and checkout process. So basically, identifying your customer, their preferences and issues they have faced will be really important for you to do this optimization. And the other thing is, if you think about these strategies, everything is related to each other. So you should, it will be really helpful for you to optimize your business. And the SEO and other strategies are beneficial for you to keep your content in the search engines and rank your content. Yeah, so that's the end. And so if you have any questions, you can ask.
Everything is clear. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any more questions?
Not for now. No, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. So if you want further more clarification, so consultation, you can contact us. You can drop.
Sure.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.